Alrighty guys, Malakan here from MKAU Gaming. We're on the back end of E3 now, so we thought we'd better do a podcast. Today I'm joined by PickleTube TV, Shaven Wookie, and Staceface Mayhem.
Hey.
What's up?
So, what have you been up to today, Dale?
I haven't done much at all. I've been I've been working.
Okay. Nothing in regards to gaming or anything?
I may have played a small little bit of Fallout 76 this morning.
Yep.
Just building shacks. Basically, building shacks.
You didn't want to discuss the nuclear winter thing?
Well, I can discuss that. We can jump into that if we're going to jump into that. Sorry about that. I clapped really too badly.
The excitement was real.
The excitement was real. No, it's the disappointment. Every time, it's been the most horriblest experience I've ever seen in any kind of, I guess, Battle Royale mode or any kind of multiplayer mode.
Do we really need another Battle Royale?
We don't. It's like this, it's really small because the amount of people that can play on it too is a very small amount of number of people compared to like, what is it? Blackout that had, well, no, that's still 100 people now or something like that, but it's half the size I think it's supposed to be. But every time I'm trying to get into a server, I'm waiting anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes
that's not good.
to even getting into a lobby. Then when I'm finally into a lobby, it's just like, oh, yep, there's only maybe 10 people there. You're all waiting around and the thing to start, and the next bit, server disconnection. Yeah. And you're just dropping out. And it's just like, okay, get out, get back in, try it again, finally loading. It says in the corner, you're joining a session, and it just sits there in limbo after it's been searching. And then, again, disconnected from server. Like the server just shut down, and you just boot it out, and you're like, straight back to the main menu, and it's just horrible.
So, what is like the pre-lobby? Is it like an island, like PUBG and Fortnite?
It's meant to be the Vault.
Yep.
So I think
the Vault you start in.
Yeah, the Vault. So it's Vault 51.
Yep.
So I think it's meant to actually take place in the Vault. So you run around, load up within the Vault, collecting everything. But I'm not too sure because I haven't been able to fully experience it without it crashing.
So you didn't actually get into a proper game?
No. I managed to run up to one guy, punch him in the back of the head, and then server disconnect.
Well, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
That's not a good start.
No, that's a little bit disappointing. Okay. What about you, Simon? What have you been up to?
I've played a bit of Baldurs Gate 1 because I saw Baldurs Gate 3 get announced. And I was like, ooh, must go back. Go forward.
Back and forward.
The trailer for that looked amazing. And I thought it was just for PC games, but I looked it up today and it's for Xbox and PlayStation.
Everything's
too.
coming up. Everything. That's the good thing.
Getting pretty excited. I remember playing the Baldurs Gate series as a kid with my brother and just split screening it, or not even split screening because you're on the same screen anyway, weren't you?
Yeah.
And we would quite often make use of the little duplication glitch.
Oh.
He'd always called dibs on the best gear, and that was really quite frustrating. So I'd be like, "Nah, you got to duplicate it now. Give me some." But we were 10 and 7, so
yeah.
See, I never played Baldur's Gate, but the cinematic trailer for it looks so cool that I want to get into it.
I actually enjoyed Baldur's Gate a lot more than Diablo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Similar sort of game style, and I actually personally preferred it more.
He's saying that because he knows I love Diablo 3.
Well, I like Diablo 3 as well. I've got Diablo on the Xbox, so I can play with you, and you haven't been on.
Yeah, I've got it. No one's been playing.
It's been a busy
It's
time.
hard. It's hard trying to get everyone together.
What about you, Stace? What have you been playing?
I haven't actually been playing much lately because we haven't really got much to review. But I've been getting back into Apex Legends. Getting back into Apex Legends.
That new season.
Speaking of, I suppose, E3 stuff to do with games that we're playing currently, I was kind of really disappointed that Apex Legends only announced for Season 2 that they're bringing one character and a new gun.
Yeah, there wasn't much.
Like, I want new maps, I want more than one character, I want more than one gun. Like Titanfall 1 and Titanfall 2
that kind of got me
cool
though with
that
whole thing to have an E3 panel just to announce the new season. Like really, like a
Yeah.
whole thing to be like exactly just like we got a new character, Cam Watson. It looks cool. She looks great. Like how she's going to play, but like, do we need a whole panel just for that?
Yeah.
Like we didn't even really see any actual gameplay. Like they kind of demoed a few. This does this, but no, actually seeing it in action.
Yeah.
I was a bit disappointed on.
So I was like, Apex Legends wonders why they lost like 75% of their community already. And it's because of things like that, because Fortnite keeps it fresh.
Yes.
Might not be new maps, but they literally change the map every time as if it is a
Well,
new
that's
map.
what Apex is looking at doing, keeping the same map, but then adding changes to it.
But they really need to do it
But
soon,
they need to do...
They're losing people.
Yeah, and the thing that gets me too is most games, they don't give their maps names, where Apex gave their map a name.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting more maps like PUBG, where they create different worlds, but they're just updating this one, adding more content. I'm like, but give us a different area to play in.
Yeah.
It's really boring. You need more to that.
Yeah. So I've been getting back into it, but it's just lacking substance. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm up to.
I've actually been a little bit lazy. I haven't really been playing anything. I got given a closed beta access code for Code Vein, which I played a little bit of. Probably spent most of my game time just making up a character.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I love
It's like
customization.
Customization is good,
I can do
and
it for
you can come up with some pretty awesome characters. So look out for that one when it's actually released. But otherwise, yeah, I've been really, really lazy. So
Yeah, it's been a busy time here
yeah,
at MK. Just doing
lots of stuff going on in the background.
a lot of news.
Yep.
Oh, another thing. Has anyone besides me tried the new Borderlands DLC?
No.
No.
Oh, it's on my to-do list. I can't wait for school holidays because it's on my to-do list.
It's interesting. It is interesting. Very interesting how it plays.
No, elaborate. Go.
Oh,
This is your time. This is your
yeah.
platform.
I don't want to spoil anything. I mean, there's not really much to spoil because it's basically, of course, handsome Jack has moved on, and it's now the new person stepping in to be like, I'm going to take over. Was it Hyperion? I think it's going to be taking over Hyperion. I've played mostly just jumping backwards and forwards with my other friends, just jumping, and we're just all over the place doing all the DLC.
Yeah.
But basically, he's trying to create this new, bring the world back to life. So he's kind of created this toxin to like I guess he's trying to bring life to the planet, but it's killing everyone on the planet. So you kind of like got to stop them from doing what they're doing because it's killing everyone.
Yeah.
And it's just like it was weird, but I'm trying to still think where's the connection because it's meant to be the bridge between Borderlands 2 and 3.
Gaps.
So I'm like,
Bridges
what's
the
the
gap
purpose
between
of
the two
if this is
Three
their
games.
bridging? It's a weird bridging at the moment. It's fun because the loot's insane. They got like new rainbow loot and stuff to
Iridescent skins.
yeah,
I've
it's all
seen that.
meant to be, I guess, reference to like butt stallions. So there's like a few challenges with the rainbow stuff you get. You got to collect this thing, do this, and then you get like this ultimate gun that's going around at the moment. But I'm still trying to think where third one's going to go, being that this is happening and how it's what's
linked.
the meaning of their bridge.
Yep.
So, but yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Well, one of the biggest announcements I think at E3 was Project Scarlet. And with three of us here being very heavily influenced by Xbox, I figured we should probably discuss it. So now that we've got a little bit more information on what the new Xbox is going to be, what are your thoughts on it, Stace?
I was actually kind of upset or / disappointed that they didn't actually tell us more about it. They were very low key.
Cliche,
like they only said the sort of stuff, like the need to know basis sort of stuff. Like it's 4 times
Just flexing, a
more
little bit of
powerful
flexing.
than an Xbox One X, and
A little bit of flex, but nothing too.
yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
Like it's not something I can really talk too much about because
You don't
I
much
know I'm
about
gonna
it.
get it because I'm a
That's what I almost should jump towards to next
console
because I'm still running on the old
freak.
early Xbox One day. So I want to jump, but I'm going to just jump straight to that.
Yeah, like I don't know how long's Xbox One X been out. Feels like I just bought it, and I'm like,
It's
oh, I
got
gotta
to be
buy
at
another
least
one.
It does feel like
what,
it's
year,
just
2
come out.
years, year and a half, something like that. It's got to be out for a while now.
Yeah,
I'd say the Xbox One X has been out
but
for.
in saying that, then maybe my feelings are maybe Xbox haven't delivered much lately because it feels like I've just bought my Xbox. I haven't really done much on it
And now the next
exclusively.
upgrade's coming again.
And then a new Xbox is coming.
Yeah. Well, the irony is I just get a PC and that's
But I
good
mean,
for a
it-
couple of years.
yeah, but that's
yeah.
kind
And
of
then
good.
just swap out a graphics
Consoles
card
are
or something.
kind of doing that because before consoles would always jump. They made leaps, but now they're not really making those leaps. They're just making things faster.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, this is the upgrade, but everything's still going to play the exact same way. Because from what
What
I've
they're
read
doing
from
is like
things-
PC where they're just replacing out one thing
Yeah,
and making that
exactly.
an
You
upgrade,
spend the extra
and everything else is pretty much the same.
$600 every
and
time you do it, 700,
Yeah.
you know, whatever much they're going to charge for it.
That's how
Yeah.
much you normally pay
Yeah.
to swap out a part anyway for PC.
And I spoke, like, our last podcast, I spoke about how I'm not big into the whole console war thing.
Yeah.
And it feels like, because PlayStation announced they got a new
But everything's
PlayStation
doing
coming,
cross.
Xbox felt like they needed to
Yeah.
do the, expose
Make a
theirs,
word.
because also Stadia, it feels like everyone's pooping themselves over
Yeah.
Stadia as a big, like, competitor.
Like, oh, we're going to
So
announce
they're
that we're
all-
still here, we're still
yeah.
doing stuff.
All of a sudden, everyone's
not.
all about the streaming service.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah. I think we said last podcast where it's not going to work in Australia because their internet's just shocking.
God, yeah. Comparing internet is just so bad.
Yeah, I think the whole thing about your games wherever you are sort of thing. I think that's a little bit
streamy.
Well, yes, it's streamy. I think it's very optimistic, especially for a country like Australia where our internet is pretty trash compared to anywhere else in the world. Yeah. Like last I checked, I think we were ranked 60th out of the entire world for where our internet was.
I know NBN, and even that struggles. So
what MX plans are like? What 100 meg downloads, aren't they? Speeds?
Maybe marginally higher than that, but not by much.
Because like us, I got friends that they tell me and they're flexing all the time. Like in Canada, and they'll have actually my mate in the military over there. He's got himself an internet plan, and his is like 340 megabyte download speed. I'm like. And he's paying the exact same amount as I would in conversion. I'm like, and I'm only getting, 45 meg?
That's also limited to our infrastructure for it. That's also limiting it. So, yeah, infrastructure does play a part in it. I'm not going to get into politics.
No, why? That's a big thing that we don't want to get into.
No,
they didn't even show what it looks like, did they?
They showed what the inside's like.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember because out of all that E3 thing we watched, that's the one thing I fell asleep in.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, it wasn't even that...
It came on and I started talking and I'm like... And I woke up afterwards and the next thing started. I'm like, okay, what did I miss? Oh, it was just the Scarlet. That's all I missed.
Yeah, it wasn't even like a big highlight of their...
It was very...
Which is
petered down.
like a console review has always kind of been like the...
They always showed it, which they'll mostly do next E3, of course. They're going to actually, because they're releasing at the end of what next year will be.
A big highlight, but it wasn't a highlight. It was kind of brushed under the rug real quick.
It really ruined the mood to the whole balance of everything. That everything was skating along and it just dipped down. And I was like,
Actually, talk about Xbox. Didn't you two guys go to the E3 Xbox event?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
That's why I fell asleep in. I was reclining and watching that panel, and I was just like,
Yeah. How was it?
It was good though. It was a nice experience.
It was a good experience.
So, what freebies did Microsoft give you?
Hat. We got the new Lynx spray.
New Xbox Lynx.
And it smells like Lynx Africa.
Yeah, I'm positive it smells like Africa.
Rebranded. Yeah.
Which they seem to do with everything. They always rebranded to Africa. I'm like,
yeah. And we got a free Game Pass for a month.
Game Pass
which I'm probably going to give away on stream.
I redeemed that and upgraded my account.
Yeah.
Actually, talk about Game Pass. I was excited because they did the
PC
Game Pass Ultimate Pass for PC, which is good crossover. Which is nice that they catered for it because Microsoft PC does go hand in hand. I was excited about that, but at the same time I was dreading because it's like I've already got Steam, I've already got Epic, and now to put Xbox on is just another app to put on my computer.
Exactly, that's what it is. They're all just apps to house everything.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just like a third-party software that's just handles
Perhaps you should just bite the bullet and buy the Scarlet when it comes out.
No.
Or Microsoft, feel free to give us some.
Give us some Scarlet.
We're more than happy to accept them and give our thoughts on them.
I've already asked Lance when the pre-order is.
Well, if you can hook us up, Xbox, give us some Scarlet. Ending with Johansson.
If you convert me, that you could convert everyone else because I'm a very strong believer in PC. But yes.
So, being such a strong believer in PC, what were your thoughts on Project Scarlet?
Well, we already went over the fact of. Basically, for their streaming side of it, it's going to be very optimistic to have it in Australia.
Yep.
Overall, for me, it's just another console that's going to come.
Like everything else, just
like everything else, they come and go. The only thing that really does make me want to get a console, give me an inkling of it, is what they have on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for example, the new Halo. That's going to be the, poster child for the Scarlet.
Well, that's the thing, too. I was reading into that. Apparently, even though it's going to be the launch title, it is also apparently still going to be on Xbox One. Xbox One.
Yeah, Xbox One.
It's just going to be launching with it. Yeah. So, that's interesting to see that.
It's their flagship game, but it's going to be available.
That all the games will still work pretty much across all the board. It's just the console's more powerful, so you can run at a higher quality, faster frame rate. Rate.
Well, don't get me wrong. I loved my consoles when I was a kid. I had my PlayStation, I had my Xbox. It was just PC. Yeah. It was just, there's the mods, there's everything else.
You can mod everything.
Oh, yeah, you can mod, you can play around with all, everything. And it was just, it was nice. But, with the Scarlet, it's
going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. I think it's very optimistic.
Don't worry about that.
Bit of background noise over there. We need
Someone's
to
being
slap
an
someone
numpty.
across the face.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Turn off your porn, huh?
So what about yourself, Dale? Obviously pretty hyped for Halo Infinity.
Oh, well, I'm still confused by that trailer.
Okay.
So we're getting into excited for now.
It was good. I'm still loving
I
my
want
Halo.
to see
Always love my Halo.
gameplay.
Exactly, because I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember what's going on, because it's the rumours that's still going around, or what they stated, that it's meant to be after 5.
Yeah.
But then what's going back with the armour that he's wearing from Halo 3?
That is...
Like
They're getting into Halo lore. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, he's wearing the different armour. I'm like, I'm guessing, but then it's going back to like the first Halo ring. By the looks of it, that it got blown up. Like that's what happened in the first end of first.
Are you insinuating that it might be a prequel?
Well, I'm
It
wondering.
might be out of order.
Well, I'm wondering whether it's a prequel or if something's
Star
happened and now
Wars.
it's we're in a paradox. I'm wondering if, because that would be really cool to take it into like a paradox theory, and he could be stuck in a time loop, maybe.
Into the multiverse.
That'd be cool if they go somewhere different and kind of like.
Actually, with the last one, with the ending, he was put in, what, stasis?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a simulation?
Yeah, something could be going on, so it's hard to say what's going on, but it feels like maybe... Because the first one, he left in the ship, it blew up and he escaped.
Yeah.
But it's the same kind of thing, like, he's maybe escaped whether the ship didn't blow up, like maybe the ship he escaped in blew up, or did he just get blown up and he just got sent out of the ring, like... It's weird. It's going to be interesting. I'm like, I need gameplay, I need...
Yeah, that was the thing. It was
I need
nice
more, I need
to
more
have
knowledge.
a cinematic, but gameplay really determines what the game's going to be.
Otherwise, it could be a full, like, is it like a full remaster of the franchise? Like, that's what I'm trying to think too, because it's infinite. Like, that's what's getting me the infinite part. Infinity, like the symbol. It's kind of that's one thing in
you
Paradox.
mean like a loop?
Yeah,
kind of a time loop.
Every whole loop.
Thing.
Yeah, and he's stuck in a.
Yeah,
that's why I feel like
simulation.
Thanos just clicks.
Yeah,
I mean that could work. He has appeared in a Marvel comic before, so.
Yeah.
That's a
theory. Yeah,
that's what I'm like.
Someone knew Dale would be excited for the Halo.
Yeah.
I'm excited but
It's
confused.
on my
I'm just
most
like,
disappointed list.
but they haven't had a rough patch with the last games and how they've been
Yeah.
making stuff. So that's what's getting me is like maybe they've stuffed up again. Let's see. So, but anyway, what else?
Yeah, no, fair enough. I don't think there was too much that actually excited me about the Scarlet, mostly because, as we've discussed already, the issues with Australian internet.
Yes.
I think if they can sort of get around that, the ability to take your controller and a mobile phone somewhere and play your existing games on your mobile, if they can get that to work based on what they showed at E3, I think that'll be pretty awesome.
Well, I think you said it right then, mobile, because 5G is,
kicking off.
I think that'll probably be the
better way to do
the
it.
better way to do it.
But then you need the device as well to be able to stream it as well. Wouldn't you need the right software on the hardware, software, everything for the phone to be able to take that?
Yeah, which comes down to we need more information.
Like it's very vague, or is it just straight up like connecting to the network and then just streaming to it, and you're like playing off your console, so your console's on at home, and it's just sending it to your phone, and then you're just out and about, and it's like sending that. It's confusing.
Yeah, I think because you shouldn't really put too much hope, not hope into it. I meant shouldn't really. We only got the concept.
Yeah,
we haven't got solid details for it.
Yeah.
Which is great to go, hey, look, this is what's up and coming, but until we actually see more facts about it and on how it works, that's when it comes still optimistic.
And that's what it means.
End of the day, we're all going to buy it.
Yeah, probably. Well, I need to upgrade. I need to upgrade.
End of the day, we're all going to still get it.
But
yeah, I'm kind of glad I haven't bought an Xbox One X, to be honest, with that just around the corner.
Exactly.
I was planning on getting one, this tax season, but I don't think there's any point now,
just
to be honest.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking too. I was tossing up what to get.
Kind of also hoping that the Xbox One games will all be backwards compatible, not like what they did with 360 and Xbox One.
I think they were saying that's supposed to be a thing, so I think they were supposed to go all the way back even to the original Xbox as well.
That'd be good.
They're keeping everything in their
Nearly
lobby.
everything
Okay,
compatible.
that'd be good. Because I didn't.
So that's going to be
I
interesting.
sort of phased out because I got a little bit bored, as I think most of us did, because it was a little bit of a dip in terms of
major down
where everything was going with the way they were announcing stuff. But one thing that did sort of excite me quite a bit was probably Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
See, ignoring the whole Keanu Reeves side of things, I wasn't hugely excited for the game to begin with. It wasn't until seeing their trailer and stuff, and again, ignoring Keanu Reeves, that I kind of went, holy crap, I think this is a game I want.
It had story to that. It actually had story. It actually wasn't just like, here's a cinematic of stuff. Like, it actually had a story. What was going on? It was telling a story already, giving us it to a point. Yeah. Which was nice.
Yeah. Cinematic and the gameplay was amazing.
See, I was opposite of Manny. The moment CD Projekt Red said they're making a new game, I didn't even care what it was. I wanted it. Because Witcher 3 was like my favourite game of, I think, 2016. It was my game of the year. Yeah. And I pumped so much time into that. I'd come home from work every day and play like another 3 or 4 hours.
They know what they're doing.
So I knew I wanted it the moment it got announced.
Yeah.
And then seeing Keanu Reeves' character and the story play out just reaffirmed how much I really wanted it.
To actually get that involvement, to actually hype it the way they're going. It was just amazing.
You're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking. No, wait, everyone here is breathtaking. Oh, it's just like, he's such a humble man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's such an amazing person.
So I think we know the answer to this one, but what got your panties wet, Dale?
Oh, it's still mixed between Keanu Reeves and Halo. I don't know what else happened. What else did I say? I'm trying to think. I can't remember because I was up early all the time.
Do you want to think while I talk?
Yeah, you go.
I got a list. I'm organised and
I was overwhelmed by it.
Simon's got his toilet paper of notes. So I wrote Cyberpunk even more. I really Bethesda Showcase was absolutely feral, but the one game that piqued my interest straight away was Ghostwire Tokyo.
Okay,
that looked amazing. Just people disappearing out of the middle of nowhere.
Snap.
Yeah, Snap. People just disappearing.
Yes, it felt like that. Yeah.
The presenter was so energetic.
Yep.
So I'm really excited to see. I'm not big into scary games, but it didn't look super scary. It kind of looked more like a thriller.
But it was kind of, I guess, refreshing though from Bethesda because it was new, fresh.
It was very un-Bethesda-y.
Yeah,
and that's probably why. You know, so. For lucky PC players, Simon, I was like, I really want Man-Eater. It looks kind of, I don't know, not a game most people would be excited for, but it'd be an RPG shark.
Yep.
Yeah.
And go through stages of your life as a shark pup, and then you get bigger and bigger and bigger. To the fact that you're eating crocodiles in the swamp. Looks so cool. Looks so cool. And I was watching a video of the devs talking about it afterwards, and they seem so passionate about what they've made, and I love that in a game. When they're so passionate, it just really
it's good. It brings the vibe in when the company's actually proud of what they're doing.
Yeah,
they made this game appreciated as much as we've appreciated.
You can tell a lot of love has gone into it, and it looks really good. It looks really good. It kind of reminds me of.
It's nice.
Was it Echo?
Echo the Dolphin.
With the dolphin, it reminds me of that, but way
it's
better.
Nice seeing companies.
So I'm going to be jealous of Simon. So if he gets that, he has to stream it so I can watch.
First, I have to start streaming.
Yes,
I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
I don't know if you guys agree, but Watch Dogs. I didn't play Watch Dogs 2.
Still haven't watched that yet.
Kind of played a little bit of Watch Dogs 1. Wasn't stoked on it, but Watch Dogs 3 made me want to play Watch Dogs again.
Yeah, I'm installing
England,
Watch Dogs as we speak.
The fact that it's set in London, they speak Cockney like my dad.
Yep.
It's
nostalgia, I guess.
Yeah. And the fact they have permadeaths where you die and
that's
you've got
a really good concept, though. Yes,
and you can be an ex-assassin grandma.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I haven't watched any of it. I've been kind of not. It's giving me that.
Yeah. They showed some gameplay. And there was this little granny walking around tasing people and them shooting them in the face.
That's awesome.
And I respect Ubisoft because they actually showed gameplay.
Yeah.
You know, there was cinematic parts in it,
which is going to happen.
But they showed gameplay, and the fact
sorry to cut you off there, but that's what gets me is I'm interested about that exactly. The whole cinematic gameplay thing is because every time in E3 they've showed what Watch Dogs 1, Watch Dogs 2, how the gameplay plays, and it's a completely different experience.
Division as well.
That's what it's getting me. That's why I'm scared. I don't really want to look at much of Watch Dogs 3 because I feel like it's going to get my hopes up for all this stuff, and it's going to be completely different.
Yeah.
And London's all about CCTV everywhere, and the fact that it's London in the future, and they've got little drones as well.
Yeah. Exactly.
In the sky. It looks amazing.
As long as they can improve on Watch Dogs 2, because Watch Dogs 2 itself was a massive improvement over Watch Dogs 1.
God, yeah.
I can completely understand you not liking Watch Dogs 1. I think I played about half an hour and went, this sucks.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I played a little bit and went, scuffed GTA.
Actually, I own Watch Dogs 1 on both 360 and Xbox One.
Yep.
Weirdly enough.
Yep. No, I probably sunk about 100 hours into Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
Whereas, the original Watch Dogs, I'm just kind of like, nah, this is shit. Screw it.
Yeah.
So, that's sort of where I'm at with that one. I think if they can pull it off, if they can make it better than what 2 was, it's going to be an awesome game. Yeah. So, what about yourself? What got you excited?
A few things. Strangely, not just all the AAA games like Cyberpunk and Man Eater, and it was like a few other things besides Baldurs Gate 3. That one that was bringing back the feels.
Pretty excited for that.
Yeah, that was one of the ones for me. It was like, shut up, take my money.
Yep.
There's Wolfenstein, but we already knew that was coming out.
Yeah, Wolfenstein is very your thing.
Yeah. There was Doom as well, Doom Eternal. Yes. But that was already on the card.
See, I wasn't excited for that because they've shown so much of it before E3.
Yeah.
You know?
It's getting a bit dry, even for me. Like, I'm keen to play it.
It's kind of like Spider-Man again.
Yeah.
It's like, we're just going to show this again. We're just going to show this again.
That was kind of that's why it's kind of it was noteworthy. But then there was little things like there was a Digital Devolver brought out that is bringing out the game Carry On, or something.
Carry On, that looks sick.
Yeah, it's like you're a little organ.
You play as like the villain. But you're not the villain. You're like the monster, hey?
Yeah, you're a monster. You break out of a lab and then you got to kind of escape, but at the same time kill everyone. And it's just a nice little platform game. And there was that. And
that kind of links to what I was talking about last week. Remember how I said, can't wait for Digital
That almost feels like
well, they did Direct.
And Ape Out is you play as the ape and you kill the humans. Whereas Carry On, you're the monster and you kill the humans.
Inside.
Yeah.
Because you had go in, then you get into the lab, and then
it's very much like Inside.
But feels like it's the reverse, like you're already in there and you're coming out of it. Like, that's pretty cool though. Those games are
it's like
crazy.
Almost like Carry On. You know how it
almost
turns
like
into
without
at the end? Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
There was also Evil Genius 2.
Oh, that's a long time coming.
Oh, yeah. They showed off the trailer. And
long time coming.
Yeah, it's... because I played the first one, and I loved it. It was just nice game. You play Evil Genius. You have your lair. You put a whole bunch of traps down, and then you go off and do your missions and keep supplying it. It was a nice little sim game. Yeah, there was that one. Just trying to remember any others.
I really like the look of there wasn't a lot of smaller games, but Empire of the Sun, the very noir 1920s mobster, and apparently plays like XCOM, which I hate XCOM, but I don't mind top-down strategy games. Like, he played Rabbids, Best Mario quite a lot. So I'm willing to branch out to an XCOM-y type game.
Not too bad, but they can be fiddly after a while. They're very repetitive.
It does get frustrating because I don't like losing.
Just click, do that, time, let them battle. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
There was another one as well. Bloodlines 2, Vampire Masquerade.
Yeah, that was a big showcase for the PC gaming show.
Yeah. That one for me, it's because I heavily loved the first one. You can just keep playing it again and again and again, and for a sequel to come out, that was fantastic. And even though we were saying last time, it's we're gonna hate sequels, it's just gonna be sequels, but these sequels are ones that you didn't think they were gonna make.
There's a lot of sequels coming out though. The next year, even those games that didn't even have at E3. But there's sequels coming out that have announced in the corner, the last, just going through this year. Yeah. All these sequels have been announcing. There's plenty of them.
Yeah.
It's just insane. And there are old games coming back.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane to bring stuff back. Yeah. It's really good to see that actually companies are picking things back up and going, okay, this is where we left off. Let's keep going on.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, they're the good sequels that I like.
Yeah, exactly. It's really good to see that people are doing that.
What got you excited, Matty?
I already discussed that. It's Dale. I got excited for Cyberpunk.
So I got excited for Halo? I got excited for Halo. No. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even remember now. It was all good.
I guess we'll just go with Halo then.
Halo. Well, Halo, I wanted more. It did leave me wanting more because it was just a basic cinematic. I mean, I watched most of the panels. Xbox was the main one that I watched that had everything, and then Bethesda was nice of what they were giving out, but I don't know.
I am happy that they're bringing out NPCs, even though it should have been at the start.
Well, starting to play through
Fallout 76.
Yes. I don't know how they made the game free for only a week.
For a week from
man, you owe people 6 months worth of stuff.
Well, I mean, the players are giving me all that because as soon as I jumped in, people have just been so like they said in the panel that people are friendly. People are. I've been having all these people just come up to me going, "Here, stim packs.
Yeah, people
have all this stuff."
So like,
and
happy
just giving stuff
cheering in
and
the
giving
crowd,
me
and I was like,
supplies. I'm like, wow.
because they're duplicating that stuff.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I'm yet to experience any of that stuff. Like, I'll walk up to another player and they'll punch me.
You two need to play together.
You know what? I'll play with me. I've got a mansion built out of wood, and it's insane.
Mine's built out of bricks.
Oh, you got bricks. But no, I was walking down the street. I was like doing one of my missions because I jumped in the new server, walking down, and there's just 3 power armor suits just without any plates or anything, no power cells, just the shells just sitting there. I'm like, I'm just going to hop into this. Power cell flashing, clugging along real slowly, just make me feel awesome. Cause like, this is mine now, I found it. And I'm like, okay, I'm done, get out. And he goes, you can collect this. I'm like, sweet.
Yeah, you can
add to inventory. I'm like, this is now mine. I've gotten a free power suit. I didn't have to do anything for it. I just got to build all the armor, but still, it's just nice to have that. Like, people are just dropping stuff. Yeah. I guess, people are duplicating stuff, but hey, I guess it's happening, but they're not caring anymore because it hasn't been over-influenced, I guess, with the duplication, that it's not causing problems. It's people are still playing it, so I guess that's what they're happy about. People are still spending money. People are still being involved to a point, and that's, as long as it's keeping the game alive, I guess that's making them progress.
As a Fallout fan,
for a company.
It's nice to keep it. It's nice to see it's still alive, even though I've dropped out playing it and played other games.
Yeah.
With this, with the NPCs coming back and the new battle.
I don't know why they had to go Battle Royale.
Battle Royale is a waste of time.
They were trying to do it to bring.
I'll still tempted to come back in and give it another try.
I think they did that Battle Royale though because they're trying to get people back for sure.
Yeah.
Because the hype trend is Battle Royale, but the thing is now Battle Royale is dying out. I mean, I'm actually starting to get over Fortnite.
Finally.
Yeah, I'm actually not thinking of buying the next Battle Pass because playing
Battle
everything.
Royale, Blackout, and even in Call of Duty.
And even that is just...
Call of Duty is like a lucrative franchise.
At the moment, okay, if I was actually to go over the games I've been playing at the moment, I've been playing Fallout 76, Borderlands 2, Minecraft, what else was there? COD Mobile. I'm playing all these games and I have no time for Fortnite.
This is a big thing, guys.
And I'm like,
big
Fortnite.
Yeah, so it's just like, why bother? And I'm thinking of giving up. I'm actually thinking now, like, why bother with the Battle Pass as well? It was because it's just, if you're not going to play it, there's no point.
Yeah.
And there's just too many games that I'm getting back into. And it's just
good.
Trying to experience everything. Oh, and Rocket League.
Remember the year of the RPG.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming.
I know, it is fun.
Yeah,
I
there's a
predicted
lot
it.
of RPGs, good RPGs that are coming out. And I'm happy about that too, because they're good story-driven ones.
Speaking of exciting, we're doing the good stuff now. Yep. I think the best showcase of the whole E3, and as much as I love Keanu Reeves, and that like literally almost won it for me, Nintendo's showcase was so solid.
Yeah.
So solid. And they're pretty solid every
Zelda.
year. You know?
I have to say.
They literally knocked it out of the ballpark just by putting that. And I was thoroughly impressed with that, because not did they just say, oh, we got some DLC for Breath of the Wild. They literally just said, we are making Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
And that's what people want. That's what people want.
Giving content for the current one, and then also giving another one after that to continue the story.
It's a plan. They've got a plan in place.
The DLC went through bridge.
They've got a plan.
Yeah. So one of my biggest disappointments for E3 was, I guess, the fact that not many companies showcased actual gameplay from the videos and stuff that I watched.
Yeah, that's on my list.
I think it was a little bit disappointing. Like, it was great to see all these trailers and stuff, but I would rather see how the game is expecting to play out.
Yep.
So, yeah, sure, show the trailers and everything, but I'd like to see how the game's expecting to play out, sort of where it's at in terms of development. Because I know there was one game, I can't remember which one it was, where they displayed a little bit of the gameplay with the trailer and stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. I like that setup. But I feel like the distinct lack of actual gameplay footage or in-game footage sort of thing was a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
For me personally.
Yeah, as much as I love Dale, that's why I have no care in the world for Halo at the moment.
Yeah, it's just exactly. It was fun, but it was very depressing because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a concern.
But I was like, because like the last year's one, they just did the same thing. There was that flex of that kind of pan, and boom, there's the helmet in the leg. And the same again, it was like that whole slow pace, boom, he's coming in. It was just a little bit more excess on. It's like,
so in other words, we'll get the next Halo in 2030.
Like that's like this one, but legit, the content was just all cinematic. Like and there's nothing coming out this year really that they're really announcing. Everything's more, hey, this is all stuff that we've got next year. Yeah. But what about this year? Yeah. Like, you could be making stuff and releasing a lot of stuff.
Speaking of disappointment, the whole E3 for me was quite lackluster.
Yeah,
it was that was probably one of the main reasons.
Nintendo that kind of really...
Yeah, and Nintendo was the last one, so it kind of...
helped pick it up.
It probably wasn't even that great, Nintendo.
So technically,
because the rest was quite...
Next year, we'll see all the gameplay, but it's like, do we have to wait till next year? Like, when things are coming out that same year?
Well, I've had multiple fights with people online, because I like to fight, about E3, and how they're saying, oh, it was amazing. But, developers and
it was good, but
game producers, they're holding back because 2020 is going to be the console war.
Yes,
of Stadia, PlayStation of Xbox, and I think they are holding back on showing gameplay because of that.
But it's interesting because a lot of games, now that we've bridged the crossplay, it's like, why is there still this feud?
Yeah.
It still seems to be happening. I know they still got to make money, but involving everyone and allowing people just to buy what they want to buy will encourage them to make more money.
Yeah.
Like, stop trying to win people over to your side, but, going, come to us because we're going to have this on our console, and then, But, like, just bridge everything, let everyone just play and choose what they want to play.
I'm just hoping next year's one is going to be off tap, because they have held back so much this year.
Oh, I'm hoping.
Yeah. It did seem a lot like they're announcing things that they've already announced. They're just showing a little bit of gameplay.
A little bit extra. A
little bit of cinematic.
E3 2018 1.5.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, you do know this is 2019, right?
And that's why for me it wasn't really the AAAs that would got
the
me.
Indie stuff a little.
It was the indie stuff, or the stuff that's just not really AAA. Like, besides Cyberpunk, everything else caught my eye.
Well, I actually wrote kind of the opposite. That I was upset that there wasn't many indie games showcased. I don't think, compared to last year.
Well, Digital Devolver did Direct. They didn't really do
I think it was maybe the same amount.
Huh?
I don't know. Kind of the indie to.
I don't know. Last year it felt like indie game.
This is like a balance.
Whereas this year it was a lot of the big stuff. It was a lot of stuff we already knew was coming. And, the indie games are my bread and butter throughout the year. I review a lot of indie games, especially on Switch. And I felt they were kind of, shoved under the rug. They were in, montages and very quickly, I don't know. It kind of upset me a little
tricky,
bit.
because that's getting me again, too, thinking about it. With all these games that they're trying to push and stuff, but, especially going back to Xbox, with their Game Pass, there was, 34 titles coming to Game Pass. Like, their main goal is to push Game Pass then instead of actually selling games. That's confusing me at the moment.
Yeah, it was pushing passes more than it was pushing games.
You want to buy the Game Pass. It's only going to be, now with the new Ultimate Pass, it's $15 a month. If you're just going to get all your games on Game Pass, then how are people going to make money off the games themselves, which you're paying $70-80 for? They're going to have to really boost up their collector's editions.
I was watching, I'm going to name drop. I was watching... on YouTube, Angry Joe.
Yep.
He's a famous reviewer. And he was talking about people like Ubisoft, the Uplay Pass.
Yeah.
If they're charging $15 a month, that's a guaranteed 3 games. Worth about 3 games in a year for them, American. Yeah. So you might not even buy 3 Ubisoft games in a year, but they're guaranteeing that money, and that's just the way the industry's going, I guess. Game passes and...
the whole kind of streaming service,
guaranteed they're getting money from you.
Yeah,
because it's big.
It's a big
jump. You might not you might just buy Watch Dogs.
I'm gonna
and that's the only Ubisoft game you get. But if you're getting the Game Pass, you're guaranteeing.
I'm always that's the thing. Every time there's new games on Game Pass, I'm downloading all these games. I've got all these games on my list from Game Pass. And I'm playing all these games through the year that are all from Game Pass, and I'm not paying.
And if you're horrendous, horrendous like me and forget you have a Game Pass, and you go out and buy the game anyway, and it's released on the Game Pass.
I've got them all sitting there
because I am a sucker for physical copies. So.
Well, I'd rather actually get the game itself than pay for a Game Pass. Because the Game Pass, the money will keep coming out. You can go, I can do that. But I'd rather the money, kind of like a direct saying, this game is awesome.
You're supporting the company. That's exactly what I can understand. But that's what's getting me is there's a lot of those titles that you could be supporting, but they're going, hey, if you don't want to kind of fully support them, just pay a lesser price and get them on here. But it's Really? Like, how's that work?
I wish it was like back in the day when you got like a
'Cause
little
the
manual with the stories.
Yeah.
Map inside. I do miss those
I'm
days.
trying to get the business.
I do
That's
miss
fair.
those days.
They're bringing them back if you get like the limited edition packs. Like I saw the one for Cyberpunk and it looks amazing with the statue. Of the...
$425.
I want to put Keanu Reeves' head on that.
Yeah.
And the
clay model.
Just go and buy a Neo Dolan.
Head on there.
Yeah. And the what was it? What was the other one? The helmet.
Doom.
Doom. Yeah, the Doom
yes,
guy
that's
helmet.
on my
Yeah.
Doom collector's
Oh,
edition. That's cool.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Oh,
I want that helmet.
Lance has it on pre-order already.
I know. I'm like, I want that. I'm like,
Nah, I want the Cyberpunk one so
it's
bad.
going to be pricey. But I mean,
Both's going to go on pre-order and both my firstborn children are going for it.
I've got a big list of disappointments, as usual.
Yeah, no, that's
Right,
right.
go for it.
Always a pessimist. I thought the Marvel's Avenger game looked gaudy as hell.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Everyone
think they
was
could
so
get
excited, and this is going to kill Jimmy, but it looks...
I'm curious to see how, because it was all cinematic. There's no gameplay either.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
no.
hype
And
behind
the
it,
fact
and
they couldn't get the rights to the
The
characters'
likenesses, yeah.
was it a bit
likenesses?
sketchy.
Yeah.
But they partnered, like, worked
Yeah.
with them or something. Like, how does
Yeah.
it work? Like,
I don't know. It
It's-
just... Even they couldn't get the,
It's budget,
the
and
actor likeness...
They use
it
the
still
words...
the humor.
Reimagining
Well,
of
just
the
the Hulk
Avengers
jokes
setup.
and everything, like with the Hulk, where he's like there on the bridge and he punches that guy like he did with Thor. Like it was that kind of it was Thor.
Throwback, yeah.
Yeah, it's throwback jokes, and the whole thing they just had throwback jokes to the MCU. I'm just like, so you're trying to like make reference that you've taken these characters from how these characters have evolved, but then you're being your own universe. Like each MCU characters are their own humor universe relation. Like they're all. But it's just so bad. I'm confused by the whole thing.
Worst showcase, Bethesda, complete mobile fest.
Mobile
Blades!
game.
Captain Keen, no one wants that game. Or Commander Keen, is it Commander Keen?
Commander
I was
King.
like,
Yeah,
okay.
no
God, I haven't
Sequel.
played that since I was like 8.
Blades on
Yeah.
Switch, no one wants that.
Blades, I can't
I
get on my
talked about
phone.
I talked about how bad Blades was last podcast. No one
Yeah.
wants that on
But
Switch.
when they bring it on the they bring it to the Switch, which
Yeah.
would make sense more on a Switch than mobile.
Witcher 3 on
Oh,
Switch.
yeah.
Which I can understand.
Genius. Blades on Switch, not genius.
I can see that working though for the Switch. Like I'd mostly more likely. I mean,
I
even though
can't
my
wait.
phone can't play Blades on my phone, but I feel I would play it on the Switch.
Oh, there was something else that was mobile. But it was just everything was mobile for
Yeah, I
them.
was about to say everything was mobile.
Like they,
Seems like it.
they realized how good. Like, I'll admit, you had it as well, and you had it on launch. Fallout Shelter on Switch is on
amazing.
Switch and on mobile is so fun, so fun.
Also on
right?
Xbox. Look on Xbox.
Yeah, and they've got greedy and went, yes, we made
Yes.
so much money
Way
off a
too much
mobile
greed.
game. Let's just spam out all these mobile
The
games
game
and all
itself.
wants.
Have you tried playing Fallout Shelter at all?
Yeah, I
recently?
have it on my Xbox.
Yeah, like
too.
it's still so weird. Like it's you can see the progression of the game of where it started, and that you can see in the game itself where they noticed that they were getting slightly greedy.
Yeah.
Because the gameplay changed, and you kind of not just how most of those games progress over time. And
Yeah,
kind
you
of
used
like,
to
you gotta
get
invest
stuff
money.
really easily.
Yeah.
And then,
And now it's like...
I'll admit though, that's
They
one of
offer
the
a lot of
first
things to
mobile
buy.
games I actually spent cash on. Like, I did
Yeah,
buy
yeah,
the little
I-
crates so I could get a pet. Like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I did
But
that
they
a few
got
times.
greedy, and I hate
And I
that.
lost my world. I don't know. I think I might have sunk like $20-$30 in one of my games, and I
Yep.
lost everything because
The
my
fire.
file was wiped, and I was like, great, and I spent all that money, and I can't recover it back. Even though it was like the accounts there when you could transfer it from Xbox, just that stuff doesn't exist. So I lost everything.
Yeah.
It's
And
so
going
shitty.
back to it, like, Bethesda showed maybe 9 games, and like 5
Yeah.
normal ones that were already out. You know,
It's like,
it was stuff for
yeah.
Rage, stuff for Fallout 76.
DLC content.
You know,
Yeah.
Wolfenstein was good, but
Oh, yeah, Wolfenstein.
and Ghostwire.
I mean, it's good.
Oh, yeah, with John Burfell? Came up?
The Mythic Quest.
What was that? Ghost Recon.
Recon?
Breakpoint.
Yeah,
Breakpoint.
that looks
Yeah,
cool.
it came out
yeah.
on stage with the little dog, yeah. It was a cute dog.
Doggo.
It's like, there's a dog, I've got to buy this game.
I've still got 2 more disappointments.
All good, Stace, go for it.
As a big Rainbow Six Siege fan, Rainbow Six Quarantine looks trash. They did a game mode
They actually-
for like 2 weeks, was it?
Yeah.
That was very
was
simple.
okay,
it was
but-
3-player co-op, and it was instead of zombie-ish infected creatures, you had to shoot these like aliens that almost looked the same, and the community hated it.
It seemed like...
And it seemed like they were
cut and
testing the
paste.
waters, and people didn't like it, but they still went, "Oh well, we're too invested into this. Let's just do it
Yeah,
anyway."
because it did seem very out of place because it kind of worked with the two characters that they had,
Yeah.
which were the core. I can't remember the characters, but they had the suits. It kind of worked with the
Tachanka
DLC. So
was one of them.
it's going to be interesting to see how they play it. Like
They only had 3 set. I think like 3 or 5 set characters you could play
and it's gonna be
in that game mode. But I'm hoping the game
Well, the game
is open to all the characters.
it's a big jump.
it's going to be 3 players.
Yeah, it's 3 co-op.
Yeah, 3-player co-op. But yeah, it seems like they just like kind of went cut, paste,
yeah.
extend.
But like that's gonna be bad if because that mode like say flopped. Like I played it,
It
was
did
fun,
flop,
but it
like-
didn't take off. Like it didn't really draw. A lot of people kind of did play it to a point,
A lot of people
but it
did
didn't
play
really
it.
get people talking about it and go on about it. And then to make a game from that,
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be a bad hit to their pocket.
Yeah, I will get it just so I can ridicule it. Maybe
Yeah,
I will get it. And my last one's Shenmue 3.
Shenmue. Oh,
And the big controversy behind that, one, like for a fact, the trailer looks pretty and 2, because it started as a crowdfund.
yes, because
They
everyone wanted
promised that it would be on Steam, and then they announced that it's going to be an Epic.
Because
Store.
they help support them.
Store.
So they help pick
Exclusive?
them up. They've helped
So a
pick
lot
them
of
up.
the fans said, "I want a refund," and they've come out and said no
Because the Epics
because
help pick
they
them up.
promised Steam keys to people that funded the.
Yeah. Well, they should still give that to people. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what, I don't, you know.
But they've come out and said, "Sorry, it's not because it's not."
Well, then they should give out
Actually
Epic
paid for
keys
it.
or something like that. Do
Yeah.
a response where they're going to give people access
If
from
they've
Epic
got
then.
something in writing, they have to do something.
Like,
for
even though
them.
they're not with Steam anymore,
Yeah.
they've jumped ship to Epic because Epic's giving them some money.
But there's
Help
memes all
boost
over
it,
the place.
But
of
they
it.
should, therefore, yeah, exactly, because it's still, hey, we'll give you a copy of it for your support, then they should still give them a copy, no matter what platform they're on. I guess most of it's because people don't like the Epic Store.
No, yeah, and that's the problem. The people are like, I
People
don't
over
want
it
to
because
have
you've
to
got so many
use the
stores.
Epic
Yeah.
Store
So
when
Steam,
I've already funded
Epic,
it.
I
Origin.
do like it how Epic Store gives you a free game every month.
Yeah.
That's
Trying to draw
that's-
everyone in.
Yeah, it's to draw people in.
But does Epic need a store? They don't need a store. Why does Epic need a store?
It's just
It doesn't make sense for Epic to still have their store.
Yeah. So that was, like, personally, I'm not big into Shenmue, but the fact that people have waited forever for
2.
like a.
All I
another
played 2 was to
release.
make money, try and do the challenges, make money, and just get gotcha balls.
Yeah.
That's all I used to do. I was just playing the game to unlock gotcha balls. That's
And
all
it didn't, it didn't look super great, especially when it got 6 million fundraised
Yeah.
for it, and it didn't look,
And then
I don't
jump
know,
ship.
as good as I thought it should. Anyway,
For the type of game it is.
anyone
Fair
else
enough.
got disappointments?
Yeah, what are you disappointed
I'm sick
about,
of
Simon?
talking.
Oh god.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with
No. No, just it. Well, very positive. I liked what I did like, and
You're the optimistic one.
I'm optimistic.
Critical.
Like anything that was really disappointing for was like stuff that I'm just not interested in,
Yeah.
like another Just Dance. I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
they're
Meh.
coming to the Wii.
We're all like,
meh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like they're bringing it to the Wii. Like who's still? I mean, I've still got my Wii, but
Who's still
like,
got a Wii?
but like,
No, that was.
but still, like that's such a weird thing to do. Like, why? I guess someone's gonna buy it for nostalgia. Like,
I don't know.
that's like
Oh well, one
for a joke.
thing I was.
Buy it for the memes.
It's not that I was disappointed in, but I was kind of intrigued. There was that checkpoint, I think it was, or something like that. I forgot the name of it.
Crossfire.
Crossfire, that's it.
Yeah,
Crossfire.
knows that stuff.
Crossfire, yeah. Because it's really interesting because it's a Western take on
Yes.
that on the Asian game. Because it took Asia by storm, and it's still being played today for the last 10 odd years. And the story behind it's really interesting. Basically, it's the most popular shooter in all of Asia, and them to do a Western take on it is going to be, really.
East to the west.
Oh yeah, go.
From the
Speak
east
louder.
to the west.
Yeah,
louder.
it's going to be really interesting because, I don't know how we're going to take it because if it's going to go free to play like it out in the West, and they're just going to put a whole bunch of microtransactions in there,
Yeah, like most games.
which is most likely. But it's worked before with the original game,
Yeah.
so see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in that weird
Fair
void
enough.
now. I think with games and microtransactions, we're in that weird void where they're kind of like still lingering, but not really. It's I don't know. The
Well-
experience is weird.
I don't know. I think they just need to find a healthy medium.
Yeah.
Where they kind of go, well, it's microtransactions, but it's not going to be something that's going to affect gameplay. All it is going to change, like, you know,
it's
your
legit
clothes.
just cosmetics. It's just all cosmetics.
If they stick with pure cosmetics,
no
that's
pay to
fine.
win kind of situation.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. That's a terrible way to go.
Well, they were sort of talking about doing something like that with the Marvel game, or the Avengers game.
I was disappointed with that.
Yeah,
you don't do that. You don't do pay to win. Like, I'm guessing, like, pay to get some character that you can't.
I was more excited for Avengers Alliance 3. That looked cool. I'm into those sort of games. So.
But with that new Avengers game that they're looking at doing, I was watching or reading something, and apparently they're talking that there is no pay to win whatsoever. It's going to be a case of spend money to get skins.
Oh, what? Yeah. Marvel Alliance. That game.
Yeah, Marvel Alliance makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Avengers game looked weird.
It looks it kind of tacked to me.
It looks so tacky.
Captain America just looked weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It looks like they tried to do a fat Thor again as well. Like,
yes,
he's got this kind of small head, but the rest of him.
Yeah, that's like, why do that? Like, that's just horrible. It's just budget interpretation, parody, whatever the hell.
I mean, like, just grab everything everyone thought was cool for all the Avengers movies, throw it into a game, mix it up in a blender, and hopefully people just go, let's throw our money at it.
Like, voice actors, they've got like the big voice actors.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
It's so cringy. Like,
did you have any disappointments, Matty?
Well, yeah, basically, as I said before, just the distinct lack of gameplay footage for most of the games.
Yeah.
It was very, very disappointing to not see any of that. Like, don't get me wrong, the trailers were absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
For the most part. But the distinct lack of gameplay footage and where it's at sort of thing just really sort of made me go, don't really care.
Yeah. No Splinter Cell sucked.
Yeah.
I play certain types of games, but I watch a lot of games, and I've always watched
mobile game. Here's Sam Fisher, but it's not the Splinter Cell we wanted.
I have that game on my mobile, and I've had it for like a week and a half before.
There's a lot of games people have been wanting to see or get, and they haven't done anything. And I'm surprised. Like, another thing with what's been going on with E3, like, I thought I was going to see more of was the new Abe game.
Yeah.
Because they have been announcing stuff, and I was expecting to maybe see something there because of how much work they put into it, and then it's been nothing.
And I heard there was a Harry Potter game coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff
leaked, and that wasn't announced. So,
well, who's doing those games? Because I don't think I'm pretty sure. Obviously, Sony just didn't sort of show up at all, and I think
maybe that's maybe why Colin might be.
Yeah, but what about Abe? Because I remember the first time
originally it was a
Abe,
Sony company.
Okay.
Because it's the original, apparently it's the original kind of team to a point working on it. So they're coming back doing this whole thing, and it's like, okay, cool, they're getting back and actually finishing the story, which I'm, after all those years, like, being a kid playing that, to then, hey, this is a proper sequel that they're bringing out now, like, oh my god, I want to play this. Give me more.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So, what took us by surprise? There were, I think, most of the stuff that I sort of saw was a lot of it was stuff that you sort of expected to an extent.
My first note is not much.
Yeah, I got me surprised.
Then running out of ideas.
Yeah, the only thing that got me surprised was Keanu Reeves coming up on the stage.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
And then apparently Flight 76 saying the community is still amazingly active and we're giving NPCs. And I'm like, okay, I was surprised by that. I didn't think the game was going anywhere.
Yeah, I was surprised they actually said that Division, the movie, was being announced.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's going to Netflix.
With Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah.
It's actually got a,
that's
good
the
star.
Second Ubisoft, technically, movie he's been in. If you remember Prince of Persia.
Yes. Jessica Chastain, too. On straight to Netflix, though. But that's cool.
I want to see some more like those kind of stories told, like different stuff like that told from games, like proper series movies or something like that, like proper...
They should make Cyberpunk into a movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I did get to that point. Things like that. Like, if they get around to it.
That's one of the things. Somebody was saying that they could have quite happily sat down and watched more of the Cyberpunk trailer as if it was a movie.
An anime, yeah.
And would have been like, sweet, that's awesome. We're done. That's it. We don't need a game.
Well, they make Witcher 3 into a movie.
Yeah, well,
series.
But it's very in the waters
Henry
there.
Cavill? Is it Henry Cavill?
Yeah,
Superman?
Henry Cavill.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those memes saying it's just horrible.
Better be filthy.
Right, so Stace, you got a nice little list. Let's go through it.
I do. I've actually spoken about some of it. I found really surprising that the EA showcase before E3, EA showcase before E3. It was quite boring. Then they made a point of making themselves separate to E3, but it was...
Part of it
I feel Games Over Greggy, he hosted really well, but he struggled with some of the people he had to speak to. Like, he spoke to Respawn, and he was asking questions, and they were giving him nothing back. Right. You know, he was saying, is blah 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 in the game? And they're like, we can't say.
Because of being...
being all coy. Like, what was the whole point of the interview then? Yeah. It's just wasting time. We did get to see Jedi gameplay. That was pretty cool. I still don't know how I feel about it, though.
Oh, yeah, they used the EA gameplay direct. And then
of the Jedi, new Jedi game.
So interesting because they actually showed gameplay, but then when they actually showed the other one, they didn't really... It was more cinematic.
Yeah.
Which was interesting to see that they didn't show different kind of gameplay or something. It was weird.
See, my boyfriend Dom didn't like it, but I loved it that they had the Titanfall wall running.
Yeah.
The Jedi was doing the wall running. That was cool. I didn't like that it kind of... Like... I don't like games that have little spoilers before a boss. Like that. Remember
that whole scene.
Like killing and cutting up the spiders, the little spiders, and then all of a sudden cutscene. Guess what's here? Big spider. You know, like I would prefer surprise in games. So I don't know. I'm very up and down about whether I will get the Star Wars game.
I'm gonna get that. It looks
I know you will.
Fun.
Big Star Wars nerd. I already talked about Nintendo killing it. That kind of was a bit of a surprise to me because it was the last showcase that I watched and I was like, oh, this is actually really good. They were bringing out Pokemon and then Animal Crossing and then
any new Switches? No.
Smash Brothers is having Banjo-Kazooie back.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's really cool because it's a rare character now. And then Breath of the Wild at the end was just a perfect way to just, conclude their showcase, I thought. So that was a good surprise for me. Bleeding Edge confuses me. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Is it like Overwatch? Because it's apparently a 4v4 melee battle.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know how I feel about it. It looks very Overwatchy, but then it looks Rage, and then it looks Borderlands feel to it.
Siege, like Overwatch, CG, Borderlands, kind of weird confusion.
They didn't show too much, so that's...
It's like, do we need another game that's kind of be like another game? Like,
and it kind of reminds me, what's that one that flopped right before Overwatch?
Battleborn.
It had a very Battleborn feel.
I liked Battleborn because it had a good mix. You had some melee characters, you had some sort of range characters. So I liked Battleborn because it had that nice mix to it. But I think focusing solely on mostly range or solely on melee sort of thing, it's a little bit
restricted.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I'm more of a ranged character on whatever it is I play, but
those games have all progressed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Companies making different things.
I feel like that particular one, I don't think that's going to go too far, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
It could be a mistake and it could be awesome.
If it's trying to be like Overwatch, it's definitely not going anywhere. It's because Overwatch is still going strong.
Yep. It's got too much of a solid following.
Yeah.
To try and drag people away from
base.
that. Yeah. Like I said before, the lack of indie games, which really as reviewers, like we are, make up most of the year. The lack of them kind of surprised me, and how quickly the ones that were there were like...
They were just glanced
get
over.
Off the screen like straight away. However, 12 minutes piqued my interest. Because it's like it's kind of like Deathloop, very similar. Whereas you play 12 minutes and you got to try and save your wife, and then something happens and you play another 12 minutes, and then it loops again another 12 minutes. That was kind of cool, the trailer for that, and how it's top down.
Yes.
How you're watching everything from top down. That's really cool. It's not like a top down game. It's like a...
Because the apartment, you're looking in the apartment.
It's like you're like a creepy little voyeur, like a kind of like a camera in the corner.
It's like
your mouth.
Something similar like that. On Game Pass, it's Outer Wilds.
Yep.
And you actually have each
round. They've been really pushing that lately.
22 minutes, I think it is.
Yeah.
So you got to go through before the sun self-destructs, and you can do all these different kinds of things. And when it blows up, you rewind time, you see what's happening in your life.
I've actually seen a lot of ads for that. It's like really
kind of continues on from what you do, kind of thing. So you keep doing stuff, and and that's how you solve it. Yeah. So I'm still playing through it, and it's amazing just to do all these different paths you can go down to try and figure out I guess you must
Yeah.
have to stop the sun blowing up or something. Oh, that's my assumption. I have no idea. Yeah. But every time, 22 minutes, the sun blows up, and then you hit rewind, you wake back up again. You're like, crap! Now I gotta fly off to space, go try and find these puzzles, answer these puzzles, then go back, and then go and do another puzzle, and come back, and then until you figure out the right quick key of doing it. Because then once you know what you got to get, then you got to go here, grab that piece, then go to the other thing, do that piece. So you're all learning over time.
Yeah.
And it's insane to have something like that. Like
and
games like that are really cool.
Purpose-built replayability.
Yeah, and I think that's a really cool idea for games to have that, where the outcome's always going to keep changing until you solve the story. I guess what the end game is. I guess the whole Groundhog Day experience.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see more games like that. That would be really cool.
And Square Enix, as usual, is very weeboo.
Yeah.
Asian-y, RPG
JPG,
inspired. Their showcase was interesting. I wouldn't say good. I wouldn't say it was super bad. It was interesting. As a person that's not, I wouldn't say not a fan because I've never really played, but not, I'm a total weeb. I always get the weeb games. Final Fantasy VII actually looked really cool, and that is a big thing because I've never been into it, and I literally ripped it a new one last podcast. But yeah, I probably won't play it. I'll be real.
I finished it. It was a fantastic game.
Lance, I don't want to play that.
But the new one looks so clean. It looks really good. It does look really good.
Also, like Zodiac Age, it was nice to see a remaster. Like, it's good that they're remastering games, and they're like really good remasters though.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing.
It's amazing. They've literally built the game again from the ground up. Like, it looks nothing like.
Yeah. It's insane.
Actually, talk about remaster. Didn't they do Destroy All Humans?
Oh, yes. That's going to be so good.
Yeah.
I like just seeing this. Even though it's a cinematic, it looks nice.
Oh, yeah. I was watching some gameplay for it.
Rammstein type music.
Yeah, the trailer for it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I was surprised, but that was my surprise. And also Blair Witch.
Yes, that
I was surprised by that one.
I felt like a few of us were saying it reminded us of how Alan Wake plays.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this going to... What's going on? Because I always feel like a crossover between the two, but it's just Blair Witch. But it'd be kind of cool if something went like that. That would be cool to have a crossover game.
Yeah. See, I'm a little bit surprised how much excitement Blair Witch appeared to generate.
Yeah.
So I feel...
I'd never watched the Blair Witch movies or anything because it never really sort of appealed to me. But clearly there's a following for it. People are liking the movies enough that they want to play, something that's based on it. So
it's going to be trippy because the movies is all about the forest actually is kind of like in a time paradox.
Yeah.
The witch controls time. That's why it's all messed up in there. And they can go for like hours and hours without sunlight. And then, like, the sun will come up and then go down, like, an hour later.
Yeah, it can...
So it's going to be messed up.
To really mess with your head.
In the game.
Which is perfect for a horror game.
Yeah.
Throw you out of whack because you're being... Like, you hear one section, then you're somewhere else.
Your orientation and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty cool, but it's going to be like...
Not my game, but...
No, that's what I think it's going to be like... I guess it's
Jimmy can have that one.
Yeah,
kind of like the Amnesia style. That's the other thing, too. Is it going to be kind of like Amnesia, where that kind of, like, throws the terror onto you, but nothing's actually going to happen?
Yeah.
Or is it actually, like, things will kill you? Like, that's what I'm curious, like...
We'll see because we didn't really see.
No, because they just teased it. They showed
yet again. It goes back to the we didn't see much gameplay.
I guess kind of like maybe like PT,
only cinematic.
Because even like PT, like how that played. Like, is it going to be? That's why I'm curious to see how this game's going to go. Like, is it going to be one of those where it's drawing you in, where you got to try and solve, I guess, the mystery, which we kind of already know what the mystery is, but in general from the movie, but. How is it going to relate to the movie? Is it continuing on from the movie? Is it like rewriting that story? Are you actually going to be able to die? Are things actually attacking you, or is it meant to feel like that stress where it's like things are putting you on edge? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, it's going to be interesting, that one, I reckon.
Oh, I just thought something. Gears of War 5, the escape mode, that looks cool.
Oh, that looks interesting.
3-player co-op.
It does look interesting.
I don't know why 2-player co-op's not a thing anymore. It's all 3-player co-op.
It's the odd number. It's not 2 or 4. It's, hey, like, we know you always had that one friend, but no, it's just 3 of you.
Best mates.
Yeah, it's like...
But that actually looked cool, like that.
I mean, really, who has 2 best mates, though?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all nerds.
We only love each other. We've got no friends outside this. Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add to what took you by surprise, other than obviously Blair Witch?
Yeah, Blair Witch. That was pretty much it. Yeah, it's everything else. Oh, besides, Evil Genius 2, Baldurs Gate 3, They took me by surprise, and they were the ones that kind of made me go, okay, here's my money.
Yep.
But yeah, besides everything else was just kind of like we already knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of that, yeah.
What about you, Dale? What took you by surprise?
No, I mean, basically, most of what these guys have said, really. I mean, it was pretty average all round, so I wasn't too overwhelmed. But nothing really took me by heart.
I got something again.
You got something? Go. What do you got?
I watched so many videos of
What do you got?
Battletoads.
Oh, yes! Battletoads.
Like, why is it a cartoon? No, I thought you were going to do like a cool animated type one. Nah.
I want to see like Battletoads, I guess, like in the style of maybe like Deadpool game, Battletoads.
Yeah.
Like something like that where you actually get to choose which character you want to play as, and you just run around and slash beat like an actual third person, not like that old arcadey style. Like I want to see a proper third person game.
I was under the impression it was going to be sort of like a 3D model rendered characters, but no, the cartoon cell shade kind of cartoon look didn't sell it for me. No.
Open world kind of run around beating things up. That's what I want to see from a Battletoads game. Like really different.
It's kind of surprising to me with where we're at with gaming now compared to, when Battletoads was first released, sort of thing. It surprises me how many people did get so excited for it.
Yes, and that's what's getting me. Is like all these games that were like released way back, and they're making sequels now. Like they're coming back going, we're going to make sequels to all these games.
Yeah, some of these games are like 20 years old.
Yeah, and they're making sequels.
It just shows how
all
old
this time, and people want them, and it's interesting.
Running out of ideas.
That seems to be a trend though. Like I guess it's not reboots. They're all sequels, but they're all of games that are really old. Like where did they come up with these ideas? Like let's make this a sequel, and this was like 20-year-old game.
Yeah,
like this game's 15 years. Let's make another one now. Like. What the hell? Like, okay.
Oh, yeah. And
I feel like that's
Bugsy.
That's what we're going to say. Yeah, that's what we're going to say. That's
something like that.
We are seeing a lot of, like, HD remastered versions of games coming out. And it's bringing all those older games to new, and they realise they're popular. So that's
what's
progression that by making the sequels.
That's what's still getting me with Destroy All Humans, because I only recently just bought the copy of it on Xbox One. Like, from the backwards compatibility. It was like $4. I was like, I want to play it again. And then I'm like...
F1 Gym.
Yeah,
why are they making that?
It's supposed to be.
I swear I've heard something.
And then like announced a full remastering. I'm like, I just bought this game and I've already been playing it, collecting everything, and now I'm gonna have to do it again. It's just torture.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's about it for everything regarding E3. Yes. Does anyone have anything they want to bring up and discuss before we wrap this up?
No, I've gone through all my stuff in between all this. I'm just
jumping around. I
think next week.
Fair enough.
Well, not next week, next episode.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I think we've already mentioned it before, but we do have a merch store now. We'll drop a link down below. So if you do want to support us and get some stuff for it, Lance, I'm plugging your stuff, all right?
Like, follow, and subscribe.
We got some pretty good merch. And we're always trying to add a little bit more. So, if there's anything that you're looking for in particular, buy the stuff that's there, and eventually that stuff will come. But yeah, link will be down in the description. Don't forget to jump onto mkaugaming.com just to read up on anything else we've been doing lately. And obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, drop a link down below. A comment down below, so that, we can read through it and see what you want us to actually discuss. Because it'd be nice to get some ideas off of you guys.
Make sure you follow,
do we have
the
any
little ding bell thing that
we don't have any promo codes, do we? I was like, we don't have any promo codes because the codes never work.
Yeah. No. Just ask Kurt.
Yep.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much for joining us once again. I've been Melican. We've got Staceface Mayhem, Shaven Wookie, and PickleTube TV. Thank you very much, guys.